Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ascension WoW. Specifically, Conquest of Azeroth, which is a custom version of the game. And the custom version of this version of the game is new classes, new abilities, new everything. Now, Ascension is known for its class list, but it has a bunch of side stuff that goes with it. Namely, Conquest of Azeroth, they have a TBC server, they have a Wrath of Lich King in the works and such as that. And there's tons of things that are added into it, and among other things. And this time, I decided that I was going to go ahead and do a run of Koa, as it is named, and see what we can get out of it, right? See what kind of fun we can have, and all that kind of fun stuff, and hopefully, some people might like it, some people might not. We'll definitely, I'll definitely check the numbers on that. So, I'm going to go ahead and get myself some of my heirlooms to make some of this stuff a little bit more bearable to play, I guess. Some people like heirlooms, some people don't like the heirlooms. I think the heirlooms make the game a little bit more easier, and I don't have to worry about replacing every little bit of armor and gear that I have every few seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and pop all this stuff on and go along with it. Now, I am playing today the Stormbringer. The Stormbringer class is a cloth-wearing kind of class. You have to mediate Maelstrom and shocks and stuff like that. Call upon the wind to bring your friendly party raid to your location. Interesting. I will definitely put that there. Magic Zap, Dispel, so it's a Dispel. So, the Stormbringer is a pretty interesting class. I've only read about it, I've only seen people play it, but I never played it personally. So I figured, well, I am, making videos and stuff like that now. I might as well experiment. I did the Tinker class on Duskhaven, which I have never played the Tinker class before. So, I figured, well, I can make videos about me playing classes and stuff that I'd never really played, And I figured, why not, right? Why not? There's no harm in it. I do play Ascension quite a lot. I've played Koa a lot. I've played Koa since it first came out as an open beta. Not even that. I played it when it was an alpha, before Ascension even took it. So I've seen the evolution of Koa in its prehistoric quote unquote era. And now a fun fact about Koa that real Koa fans know about is particularly how it began. Now, it was not just no normal private server. This private server ran on a JavaScript before it was officially added to Ascension. So I have played it since it was performed on a JavaScript. So I'm an old type of player, and I enjoy it. So I'm hoping to express some nostalgia and maybe some fun bits of knowledge while I'm going through playing this, and hopefully some of you will enjoy it, maybe like it, maybe this video will blow up, I don't know, who knows, right? We never know these things because they're all part of the algorithm, and the algorithm is stupid, but it is what it is. Anyway, I hit level 2, we get the actual resource. So, we don't have Maelstrom anymore. It used to be called Maelstrom, but now it's called Static. And the Static requires some spells to be used, obviously, like Call Lightning here, which does a lot of damage. It depletes 50 static. Now, I don't know if you have to juggle the resource still, but there used to be a thing with Static, where if you hit 100 out of 100 on static, you get zapped by lightning. You turn into basically a lightning rod, and you get stunned for like 3 seconds and deplete all your static after getting zapped by Zeus. Which is pretty funny, but at the same time, pretty annoying. So, yeah.
Peace, friend.
I've watched people get zapped a lot.
Farewell.
So I'm just gonna play around with this and maybe talk, maybe chat, maybe discuss ideas. Today is Tuesday. Well, at least when this video comes out, it'll be Tuesday. So we'll I think Tuesday. I've been trying to juggle and see, you know, what works, what doesn't work. I've tried to make many games, try to get very many games out there, make videos on them so that, you know, some people can enjoy various slices of pizza with all the different toppings.
Peace.
This is going to be one of them. I'm going to see how Ascension works, how Koa works, and how all that stuff will work out. And maybe it'll have good results, maybe bad results. I know I've gotten quite a bit of people. I know there's going to be quite a lot of people out there wanting me to play Duskhaven, which, you know, it's a PTR. Duskhaven will eventually close up and will stay closed until the release. It is all testing, you know. And I want to have other types of private server videos, I guess, to fill in some of the gaps. And some private servers are more popular than others, which is understandable. So I'm gonna try and hit or miss with some of these private server videos. I can try to play Duskhaven until it officially shutters. And how I tend to do my videos is I wait till Saturday, and then I make 5 videos, and I will post 1 video per day until the next Saturday, and I make another 5 videos, and I go along with that kind of trend, because that makes it easy for me, because I'm a very busy individual. I have a job that requires me to be hands-on, and I don't have, you know, many free days or anything like that. Like most YouTubers, I do this as a hobby, you know. This is a hobby for me, and I like to, at least a little bit, feel like I'm putting out videos, even though I'm only doing it all in one day. I don't do editing. All my videos are unedited. This is raw 30-minute footage every time I make a video, because I'm not very tech savvy when it comes to editing. I don't have enough money for an editing software. I tend to live paycheck to paycheck, so this is pretty much how I want to do things, at least for now. You know, make this a hobby until it becomes a job. And when it becomes a job I can profit from, I will definitely, if I start making more money from these videos than I do my actual job, I will take the time to figure out a better plan. Maybe hire an editor, maybe do, you know, some more things along with it. And all that kind of fun stuff, you know? And see where it goes with that, you know? But as it stands right now, I'm only doing this all in one day, unedited, raw footage. I might try to do maybe more. I don't really know yet. I kind of want to do more videos, but again, very busy individual. I do want to see people share around my videos and share my videos, get it out there, and maybe blow up, you know. I only have 29 subscribers right now, and I have 131 videos I think right now out, so I only have so much reach, you know. and I like to increase that reach as much as I can, and maybe profit off of it eventually. I enjoy making these videos, even though they're not really well thought out. They're kind of spur of the moment that I do once a day, all in one day, you know. I do feel like it's fun. And being able to talk. See, I don't talk very much. I'm a very chatty individual when I'm by myself or with friends. But I'm very, very awkward. Especially in streams. I'm very awkward in streams because I talk to myself. And when I'm in a live format, I don't know if any other people get this feeling, but when I'm recording a video and I talk and I can chat, I can let it all out because I know that eventually somebody is going to stumble upon the video and listen to my crazy rambling. But when I do it on stream, I don't have an audience. You know, I don't have people who watch my stream. I stream with just myself as the only viewer because I open up a tab and make sure that I'm live and everything else. And I go with that. I don't chat very often because I don't got anybody to talk to. You know? I don't know if other people get the same feeling. I like to think that there is some people there like that, you know, and
Greetings.
maybe not make me feel so crazy. But yeah, that's sort of my 2 cents when it comes down to that, you know. And I'm hoping that I can spread my reach, you know, in ways. I'm not very chatty on X. I don't like to chat on X because I got friends, I got followers that don't know that I'm doing this, and they have an illusion of me because my whole thing is World of Warcraft, and people know me on World of Warcraft, but they never hear me. They don't know my opinions. They don't know too much about me. I just post innocent things, you know. And if I just go in there and say, hey guys, I have a YouTube channel where I play video games, they might be like, oh cool, cool. And then they'll check in to see what it's like, and then the illusion that they had of me is completely shattered. And go, wow, you are a completely different person than I thought you were. You know, it you know, it happens, and that right there is pretty uncomfortable for me, you know. I could make a whole different, you know, Twitter account and stuff, but trying to rebuild all the followers that I had before, kind of different feeling. Trying to start from the bottom again. And then there will be also people who think that I would be impersonating myself. That is a feeling that I get sometimes. Where it's like, yeah, I could totally do this, and then they go, wait a minute, what if they all think that I'm just impersonating myself? And thinking that I would be a different person. Which can definitely happen when people have one way of thinking about you. And it can throw a wrench in the whole idea of doing that. So, plus, if I go on there and say, hey guys, I have a Rumble, which I do have Rumble, it's in the chat. I will put the link down there. I haven't done anything with it yet. I'm thinking about it though. I'm thinking about doing Sunday stuff. Maybe Saturday evening and maybe Sunday stuff on Rumble. Maybe do a live stream where I can just chat and play video games and check out stuff online and things, and see what comes out of it, you know. I think that'll be pretty fun. So glad I got heirlooms because I would be completely trashed right now. Completely eviscerated. Dunked on even. So here's a big thing about Conquest of Azeroth, and this right here is what I'm talking about. So Conquest of Azeroth is working on the same core as another project that they're doing, which is a Vanilla Plus, Classic Plus, and it has world items, rare world items. This is one of those. Stolen Red Cloud Mesa supply. And what it gives is a potion. A one-time use. But there's also other items, you know. And fun, interesting little extra stuff. And that's what I like. Now I'm getting off tangent because I found something that was in verse and I had to explain it real quick. But it is my Rumble and stuff like that, and you know, Rumble is one of those little sites that people like to misrepresent as some sort of bastion for right-leaning individuals and such, and you know, I don't like that stigma. You know, I like to think of it as a platform that, if I can make a case for it, can feel a little bit more free, a little bit more relaxed, I guess. Like, on YouTube, you can't swear or else you'll be demonetized right out the gate, you know? You can't say certain things, and you can't do certain things, and you don't know. It's like walking on eggshells. One minute I could say something that is completely fine, and then sometime in the future, oh, sorry, that one thing is now a negative thing. We're gonna have to demonetize you. Well, shit, right? Sometimes it feels like walking on eggshells on YouTube. Especially when playing certain music and songs, because copyright, and they take that stuff too seriously. Then you have the people who perform false copyright strikes, and that becomes a whole issue too. You know? And you just don't know. It feels sort of starting to look like the Wild West. And I think Rumble, in my opinion, might be a better option because I don't know if they have copyright issues yet. I know you can say things that won't get you too much in trouble and all that kind of fun business. And honestly, I think it's a site that doesn't make me feel like I'm going to be walking on eggshells if I use it. And definitely it's not like Twitch, and I don't think the community is anything like Twitch over there yet. I'm going to go live on there a few times. Maybe post a couple videos specifically for it. And see what kind of traction I get. And if it's good, it's good. If it's wrong, then it's wrong. You know, I'll stop using it. But as it stands right now, I'm curious to see what goes on and what will happen. I know there are choice individuals on there that is controversial, and I get that, but I don't want to be a controversial figure on there. You know, maybe if people who are less controversial get on the site, can make the site appeal more appealing, I guess. You know, a little bit more appealing. But change won't happen if the change won't come, as they say. And if you could be that change, try to be the change. And if you can be that change, well, hey, it's a good call. It's good ideas, you know? And so I want to be that change on Rumble where I've become not like a political, use the site for political reasons or anything like that, but for gaming reasons, and maybe have fun with the gaming reasons. And I know there are a couple commentators and podcast people that are moving away from YouTube because they don't have the freedom to say what they want because YouTube's strange like that, and are going to make all their stuff on there, which is cool, I guess. Makes YouTube a little bit more less political, hopefully. I know there's gonna be a lot of political people in there, but I want to make Rumble, if Rumble wants to be that proper YouTube, you know, alternate YouTube, and make themselves, you know, better than YouTube, then I think there should be people who go on there to make it the YouTube alternative and not just some news site, you know. pure news site. I think some people will understand what I'm talking about or what I'm saying. And see what YouTube isn't a political platform. YouTube's one of the video platforms where you post funny videos like Charlie Bit My Finger, or the Banana Dance, Peanut Butter Jelly Time. Fun videos and good videos.
Be careful.
Not political videos. And
You wish to
of course
speak?
political videos have to be a part of YouTube.
We
It has
shall
been a part of YouTube for a long time. So, keeping that in mind, if I go on Rumble and treat it like a gaming channel, gaming site, and other types of things, maybe making the platform less political would be a good idea. Or at least appealing.
Go in peace.
That, and my Twitch doesn't value small content creators
Well met.
or small streamers. You kind of have to roll the dice every day to, ensure, like, maybe it'll be today, maybe it won't be today, maybe it'll be tomorrow, maybe it'll be next week, next month, next year. You don't know. Unless you get called out by a big streamer,
for something special.
or, get introduced into it as, hey, this is such and such, go check out their
What
stuff.
brings you
They're not really gonna check you out. They're not really gonna give you the time of day to make your case and say that, hey, I want to be the best. I want to be a good, streamer and such. Give me a shot. There's nobody gonna do that. There's nobody that's gonna do that unless you catch their eye or attention. And YouTube, going live on YouTube is a hit or miss thing too, because YouTube's not a streaming site. It's a video site. So streamers are also taking the chance and rolling the dice to see what sticks and what don't stick. And my idea for Rumble is to see and test and gauge how small streamer friendly it is. Of course, I could do Kick, but it's Kick. And that should be as far as that argument goes, right? Kick is Kick, and it's not necessarily, a website that's considered. Well, and there's a lot of morons on that site, and the more moronic you are online on Kick, the more popular you get. So it's, well, I don't know. You can watch movies on Kick without getting copyrighted. That's about the only good thing you can do on Kick. But, hit or miss, you kind of make do with what you got, right? And I want to expand out and around to these different various alternative platforms to see, does it work? Does it not work? Can it do better, or will it do worse?
I have just
It doesn't hurt when you're a small individual, a small streaming individual,
with the earth.
or a small YouTuber, or a small video content creator in general. It doesn't hurt to test the waters and see what will and what won't work. When you are a small YouTuber, streamer, and such, it doesn't hurt to take chances or to gamble, because you've got nothing to lose. In my humblest opinion, you really don't have anything to lose. So why not try to make use of that, right? And see, what can you do, right? So that's my idea, right? And I'm going to stick with that idea. And I'm going to test around, I'm going to test the waters on these various different platforms. I have suited myself in Twitch, but the problem with Twitch is that for small streamers and small content creators, you tend to get asked by a bunch of random people, hey, I could do this, or hey, I can make these things for you, improve your channel in this way and that way. And to me, it comes off a bit, what's the word I want to use for this? It comes off a bit scammy.
What
And
brings you
I've
here?
spent a lot of money already on stream assets and things and video assets that I don't know how to use. Some of the stuff,
Peace
like
ready.
intros and animated things and animated screens, I don't know how to use. And I don't do enough editing, and I don't do any editing, to know how to put it
Well
to
met.
actual genuine use.
Goodbye.
So,
What brings you here?
I'd say,
Go
just
in peace.
do what you gotta do. If it works, it works. Don't work, it don't work.
Ah,
Don't go
that's
spending
exciting.
money on things that you don't know will or won't work. Is sort of the takeaway from it. Sort of the takeaway from what I'm saying. And don't feel pressure to buy things that you don't need, even if they say, well, it will definitely work, it definitely will do this, it definitely will give you this amount of stuff. It's not going to get you anything. Believe me. If it would, you have already got it by then. And trust me, I don't have it. So, get with people that you can trust. Do your follow, like check with your following if you've got enough following for it or not. You know, you definitely go at your own rate, your own pace. And if you can, you can. You don't, you don't. You've got nothing to lose. You're still small. Keep telling yourself that you'll do definitely better this time around, or you won't. Because if you lose that sense of confidence, it just makes it harder. You know, and I have suffered
Something
through
special?
depression for a while, you know, and I constantly have to remind myself that you're still down low,
Farewell.
but the only way that you can get up is going up, right? And if you are down low constantly, then you need to figure something out, or quit. And honestly, I don't want to quit. This is a hobby of mine that I want to make into an actual, you know, career eventually.
Looking for something
And
special?
I have to remind myself all the time what I'm doing and what I'm trying to achieve. And what I'm trying to achieve is to make good quality videos, good content, make people happy, get a following, and you know, and help people through some tough times in their life, you know, and I have tons of tough times in my life, and sometimes, you know, it's one of those, I could quit, but who is going to remember this, you know? No one's going to remember this. Maybe somebody will stumble upon it, and through that stumbling, figure out that maybe they've missed out on something that could have been better, you know? Somebody who could have taken off, or somebody who could have been the next big name, you know? And I have to think every day that I could be that person as I stand in my job that I don't want anymore. Working with my hands, working long hours to little return, and think to myself I could do better. And I can definitely do better. if I just put my mind into it. But it's one of those rough ones where you have a job that you spend all day at, and you come home and you're just so tired and you're just exhausted, and all you want to do is just sleep and not really work on anything.
Hail.
And when you feel like you're gonna actually do it, you end up blacking out in your chair and you haven't achieved anything. So, you know, it's just one of those,
How? May
the right
eternal
conditions
sun
make for the
shine.
right time. And, you know, it's just one of those things, you know. And I'm gonna end this video off right now. And do like the video, comment, make suggestions, ask questions, you know, and I'll get around to them. And subscribe. I want to get this channel off the ground. I want to get this rolling, you know. Subscribe. Share this video with people who might enjoy something like this, you know, this unedited raw footage that can show servers on a grounded level, you know. And until next time, peace out.